McCalman. With more, clap her, yes, clap. With more than 3 decades of experience as a journalist, writer, speaker, and advisor, Rosalind Kilkenny McCalman is the executive director of the Network Journal, a leading Black-owned and operating U.S. business magazine targeting an audience of Black professionals and business owners. She is the CEO, publisher of AfricaStrictlyBusiness.com, an online African business news, analysis, and resource platform for a targeted global audience of business owners, executives, students, investors, policymakers, and academics. Reading her extensive bio, I have learned so many interesting things about Rosalind. She speaks fluent English, French, Spanish, holds a black belt in Tai Chi, is gold certified Zumba instructor, and she also teaches creme brulee. Did I say that right? Yeah. Which is a fitness program incorporating classic Yang-style Tai Chi and Zumba disciplines. And she also created the creme brulee. And I have to mention, because I have seen this myself, she could properly dance cricket. So Rosalind has received numerous civic, national, and international awards and recognitions, to name a few. She holds the Guyana's Golden Arrowhead of Achievement and Distinction. She also was the recipient of the Guyana Cultural Association Film Festival Award in 2012. So she comes with, I would say, a lot of experience. She's penned an award-winning novel, Middle Ground, the first rebranding of Africa, a novel on the market, the Guyana Contract, and her most recent novel, and the nonfiction title, Africa, Strictly Business, The Steady March to Prosperity. I'm sure you'll be able to pick up one of the autographed copies later as we go downstairs to the reception. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the daughter of the soil, a BHS alumni, a phenomenal woman of media, arts, and culture, our host for the evening, Rosalind Kilkenny McCalman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're gathered here. I'm supposed to go through all of these distinguished statements, such as protocols. We welcome all of the honorees, first of all, and all of the elected officials, dignitaries, our ambassadors, and our consul general, our diplomatic community, stalwarts and representatives. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Guyana Cultural Association of New York has gathered us to celebrate the heroes and the stalwarts of our culture, of the sons and daughters of mighty Roraima, who have contributed so much to our society, to humanity. There is this awesome, liberating power that we get when we know our culture, we get from our culture, the wisdom of it, the heroes of it, the contributions that it has made, our culture has made to humanity, not just Guyana, but to humanity in general. And we're here because the Guyana Cultural Association, the guardian of our culture in the United States, has had the vision to bring together these heroes of our culture, these major contributors. So others of the association will speak more about the theme that has gathered us here minutely, working together. But I am going to challenge you, as MC, I take the privilege, to challenge you to talk about, not to talk about, because we've got a time constraint, but you're going to let me know if you are familiar with our proverbs because there are a lot of Guyanese rooted people, those who are born here, those who have not gone home for a long time, a very long time. Let's see if you still maintain that culture, because it is your culture that defines you. When I went to live in Africa in the 1970s, I was not greeted as an African, but as an American, and that is everybody from this side of the Atlantic Ocean, whether you're Caribbean, United States, Central American. So it is our culture that defines us. As we say, every fowl feed bunny own crop. So our crop is Guyana, we feed on our own crop. Now, as we go along, I'm going to challenge you to translate some of these proverbs for you. Musical prelude, we thank you so much. We love to hear our folk songs, and I hope all of you will turn out for Kwekwe tomorrow, Friday night, right? When you have all of these folk songs being played and all of our dances, our traditional food. As the Right Reverend Charles A. Davidson, Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of New York, comes forward to give us the, of Guyana, what did I say? Oh goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Give us the invocation.
Let us pray. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. We give you thanks, O God, for this day and for those who have called us together to recognize excellence in our various disciplines. We pray your blessings upon the Guyana Cultural Association of New York and all those who are involved in keeping alive our culture, that which we have, that which makes us. Bless these proceedings, and may they remind us that we are a people who are proud and work for excellence in everything that we do. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Please be seated. And now we invite Ave Maria Brewster Haynes, Vice President of the Guyana Cultural Association of New York, to bring the welcome from the association. So.
Thank you, Rosalind. Rosalind has already established the protocol, so I will just say, dear friends, and I'm delivering this welcome on behalf of the President, Dr. Vibert Cambridge, who is unavoidably absent, and also on my own behalf, and that of my second Vice President. So we welcome all of you. Welcome to the 17th season of the Guyana Folk Festival in Brooklyn. Tonight we celebrate the 2018 Guyana Cultural Association of New York awardees and the 2018 Godfrey Chin Award for Heritage Journalism Prize winners. The annual awards ceremony is that special moment in our annual folk festival season when we, the members of GCA, join with the Brooklyn community to express congratulations and encouragement. The awards ceremony is a signature event in our annual Guyana Folk Festival season. Over the past 17 years, the signature events of the Guyana Folk Festival season have provided enjoyable platforms to explore Guyana's multi-ethnic cultural heritage and to encourage creativity and innovation in Guyanese expressiveness. We have explored themes that tell us who we are through our roots, our culture, our food, our dance, our fashion, and our traditions. We have celebrated our becoming Creolization. I think that could also be Creolized. This year, as you will learn as we go along in the Guyanese dialect, there are so many words that you will find that you never knew were there. This year, the Guyana Folk Festival explores, and here again, we are using the Amerindian Maupe. Now that says the tradition of working together. It shows solidarity. So I encourage all of us to think of Maupe as we go about our daily lives. This season launches a multi-year initiative to explore, to celebrate, to encourage innovation in the Guyanese festival arts. And here are the arts. We're talking about the artistic expression in public celebrations of the nation's national holidays, such as Republic Day, Pagua, Good Friday, Easter, Labor Day, Arrival Day, Independence Day, Caricom Day, Emancipation Day, Eid ul-Adha, Deepawali or Diwali, Yom Manabi, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. I remember speaking with someone recently, and they were saying how many national days and holidays we do have, but we have to celebrate all of those. The goal is to develop and showcase new artistic expressions during the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana in 2020. And bear in mind, we're talking about the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. The 2018 awardees have been identified by the community as exemplars of solidarity and achievement in the Guyanese festival arts. In addition, these awardees have been recognized by the community for innovation, creativity, and in the case of the Godfrey Chin Awards, wit and humor, which tells you something about Godfrey Chin. Tonight's awardees represent our commitment to community engagement. We thank you for your contributions as nominators and as supporters of the awards process. Your ongoing support is valuable and sincerely appreciated by the members of the GCA Awards Committee and the jurors of the Godfrey Chin Prize in Heritage Journalism. As you recognize, there are 2 sets of awards, and the Godfrey Chin Awards is for heritage journalism. Again, welcome to the award ceremony for the 2018 Guyana Folk Festival season. This kind of launches into the week of celebrations, but just before this, we had our summer school, which is really the beginning of our folk festival season. So we thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing you at our other events. As was mentioned earlier, we have our Kwekwe on Friday night, we have our symposium on Saturday, and we have our family day on Sunday. But you'll hear more of that as the evening goes on. And so again, on behalf of the President, Dr. Vibert Cambridge, Second Vice President, Edgar Henry, and on my own behalf, Ave Maria, I say thank you for being here with us this evening. We are talking about the awards committee, and there's a young man, and I say a young man, because he has been working very hard for months. We have been as a committee working, but he has taken the brunt of this burden. I now invite the chair of the awards committee, I nearly said Dr. Ronald Lamy, to come to the I called him Dr. Ronald Lamy earlier, so I nearly did it again.
Thank you, Avi. Ladies and gentlemen, these sisters, I'm accustomed to it. I have 5 daughters, a granddaughter, 5 sisters, 5 living aunts. So I'm controlled by women all the time. They can call me whatever they like, but I know they love me. Not Dr. Lamy. Thank you. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me, again this year, having been introduced to the organization over a decade ago by Ms. Goria, and then assigned to this task, one that I look forward to every year with much privilege. The awards represents the best of who we are and those who are emerging as well. Pardon me. So we welcome you to tonight's event. I will make one observation for you. As you would count the numbers here, and you will see everyone's bio in there. But we have just a few on the stadium. That is distinctive in all the years we have had these awards. The first time more than 3/4 of those who have been selected are resident in Guyana and not in the diaspora. So those who are here tonight represent that they're here in our space, but most of us are there. Also very striking is six youth who have a range of credentials that speaks to what I wish I could live to see their further accomplishments. The awards is our signature, one of the signature events for the Folk Festival. We start off tonight. We hope you will enjoy it, and you will hear more as we proceed. Welcome. Among the privileges you get is sometimes the honor to introduce people who are in power in Brooklyn, in New York. It's my honor to introduce our president. Thank you, sir.
If I had a voice like yours, I'll be mayor already. Thank you so much. And I really want to, I was looking over the theme, which I thought was extremely powerful. And this year's theme, what can we become? And how do we get there? And I want to change it for just one moment. What have we become? And how do we get here? There is a level of energy that appeared to have come to America right after the election of Donald Trump. And sometimes people can do something that can take us out of character. And the energy in this country after Donald Trump's election, what have we become? And how do we get there? When Hillary Clinton lost, there was this level of anger that seemed to have been pervasive, not only based on the actions by Donald Trump, but even those who considered themselves to be on the left. And the day after the election, I heard the conversations of people, and they talked about how painful experience it has been, and how they felt, and how traumatic, and how people became mobilizing to move towards changing the country. And I said to myself, as they told me, where have you been? Because what a body of people felt in America when Donald Trump was elected is what black boys felt every time they were stopped and frisked on the street for no reason at all because of their ethnicity. But there was no mobilization. Where have they been? It's the same feeling that mothers who lived in Brooklyn and other communities for 35 and 40 years were illegally displaced by overzealous landlords. Where have they been? The same feeling when countless number of people didn't receive adequate health care. Unemployment rates were through the roof in certain communities. Where have they been? What they're feeling right now, people that look like you and I felt all the time. Where have they been? If history was correct and you go to the women's suffrage movement and our grandmothers and great-grandmothers marched and organized to get equal rights to women all across the country when at the same time they didn't have those same basic voting rights. We cannot have a repeat of history. This is not about stopping Donald Trump. It's about stopping the inequality of people regardless of who's the president of the United States. And so the energy that they are mobilizing now to deal with Trump, they need to deal with to make sure that America is right for everybody. Where have they been? No one understands that more than this great organization and this great community, the Guyanese of America. No matter who represents the Guyanese community in other parts of the country, everyone knows that Brooklyn is the Georgetown of America. great leaders, great contributions, great organizations, and really personifies what it means to come to this country and participate in the American dream by showing how you bring your dance, your culture, your food, your intellect, your ability to improve what makes this country great. As what I say all the time, it is that hyphen, that dash that sits between our different cultures. That is our secret weapon. It doesn't matter if it's Jewish American, African American, Guyanese American, Trinidad, Portuguese, Japanese. That is our secret weapon, is that dash that connects our two culture. Where else are you going to be able to enter a courtroom and have someone with a beautiful tattoo escort you across the floor like I did here? When you start removing the culture from that hyphen, we will no longer have the product that makes us special and different. When you come here in Borough Hall and join the countless number of other organizations and groups who celebrate their culture, you are not saying that we are the best culture. You're saying we're part of the culture that makes this a great place to raise healthy children and families, both emotionally and spiritually, and most importantly, in a diverse fashion. I thank you for holding your event here. Days after you leave, the residue of what you bring to this borough is continuously felt. And you honor Brooklyn by using this business and this building to honor your awardees and to honor the rich culture of the Guyanese community. It's a great experience to be the borough president of the third largest city in America. It's a great experience to participate in this heroic experience. And I have the pleasure of honoring two of your honorees. And if the president, Mr. Cambridge, give me the permission to do so, I would like to give our proclamation to Mr. Eugene Williams, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Alex is going to receive him for you. Notice that my chief programming officer is Guyanese. So for Mr. Eugene Williams, on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute Eugene F. Williams for establishing an exemplary career in cultural and performance studies as a theater artist who found his calling in great dance and establishment of Caribbean identity based on the cultural richness of the native lands. I applaud him for becoming a Ford Foundation awardee and a Fulbright scholar who has created the definition geography. I commend him for being a member of the Caribbean Focus and for having created courses in Caribbean culture performance, which was designed to expose students in the cultural significance of ethnic rituals. I, Eric Adams, Brooklyn Borough President, give this proclamation to Mr. Eugene F. Williams.
On behalf of Eugene Williams, I'd just like to thank you for this proclamation, citation, and I thank you for coming, and I also would like to say that Eugene Williams unfortunately could not be here, but I know that he is a proud Guyanese and he's proud to accept this. So thank you.
And the next citation goes to Roger Young Bill Rogers Hines. Whereas, on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute Mr. Hines for being known as a cultural ambassador of Guyana, who has established a singing career and has won many top-level awards across various genres, including calypso, soca, and others. I applaud him for being a distinguished performer who's known for utilizing drama in his musical performances and for using his platform as a member of Caribbean Vision Band to address public health issues. He has toured across the Caribbean islands in Guyana to promote positive health behaviors and combat domestic violence. I commend him for being a lead actor in dramatic performances and for distinguishing himself as a speaker who shares with others above his call of duty. We thank you and honored to give you this citation this day, August 29, 2018, Eric Adams, Brooklyn Bar President.
Thank you very much. I felt like an impresario. I want to say thanks so much for this wonderful award. It shows that I'm being recognized for my contribution to Guyana or to Guyanese culture. I want to say for many of those who do not know much of my dad also, my dad was the first Guyanese international recording artist. And he was the first Guyanese also to win a Trinidad and Tobago Calypso competition in 1937. Bill Rogers also won acclamation in terms of being the first Guyanese to put the Guyanan recording map by recording for RCA Victor Blue World Record Company, Camden, New Jersey, 1934. I hope I'm not taking much of your time. And he also recorded 34 of his original songs that, when you put together Attila the Hun and Lion, Roaring Lion in those days, who recorded for Brunswick at that point in time, my dad recorded 34 songs of his original songs, which was twice the amount, and that record stands up to today. So there are many other things about my dad, but it's about me now. And I want to thank the Guyana Cultural Association, and I want to thank Mr. Oswald for nominating me, I would say. I want to thank Ms. Claire Goring and many of the other committee members who acknowledge. And let me talk in Guyanese terms. I was begging hard for this thing. You know, lang no. I did knocking at the door, lang. I know me get through. But I want to thank you guys once again, and God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for President Adams and our awardees. Congratulations again. And Mr. Rogers, young Will Rogers, is also known for Shanto and chutney, not just soca and calypso, but Shanto and chutney as well, so, which is kind of powerful, crossing all those genres of music. And Mr. Lammy did not mention one other woman who shaped his life and who molded him, and that is our Sunday school teacher, Miss Smith. the tyrant Miss Smith of Miss Smith Sunday School. I've known him since then. I must have been about 5 or 6 years old. Miss Smith Sunday School. He went to Sunday school. So he had a good upbringing indeed. Now, the young man, you know what they say about youth. We have youth awardees in our audience, and we know that with all their accomplishments, with all their achievements, with everything that they will be recognized for today, we know that little boy, can you complete it? Little boy don't climb ladder, return big man. So enjoy your youth, Mr. Youngwell Rogers, enjoy your youth and continue to achieve. You're not a big man yet. You're not your father yet. Now, we bring to the stage, or we bring to the podium. Who am I introducing now? You see, I got so caught up in this, I know. This name is very special to me, Ten Power. I'm welcoming Ambassador Ten Power to the podium. He is the permanent representative to the United Nations, Guyana's permanent representative. But why is this name special to me? I was born in Ben Street, Workmanville. Across the street was the whole Ten Power family, not this young man, the baker. I know all of them, Brenda, Jenny, all of them. We used to go to the corner of Louisa Road, Ben Street, to the bakery, go in the back to see how they make the tennis rolls and everything. So, and then we would get in their car, Mr. Ten Power would take us to the gardens and everywhere. So, I welcome you, welcome to the podium, our ambassador, our permanent resident, permanent resident, permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Ten Power.
Let me say, first of all, thank you to the Mistress of Ceremonies, Rosalind. I was not aware that we were connected in this way. The world is indeed a small place. I have to say that when you think of the name Ten Pao, you think of baking. My great-grandfather, who came from Fujian province in China, established the first Ten Pao's bakery in Blankenburg, west coast of Demerara. My grandfather was a baker all his life. My father was a baker, but with me, the baking stopped. I have to say that I departed from the family tradition. But I should tell Rosalind that the last 10 Paos who managed that bakery in Benton, Louisa Road, that was in fact my dad. Let me say how gratifying it is to be here and to see this turnout to support this event this afternoon, honoring the awardees who have made such contributions to the culture of Guyana, in and out of Guyana. But before I bring you greetings, as I've been asked to do, I would just like to reassure the Brooklyn Borough President, the Honorable Eric Adams, that you do have the voice, and you do have the message. And I believe that in due course, you'll be hearing more about the Honorable Eric Adams. I'd like to thank the President and the Executive of the Guyana Cultural Association of New York, not only for putting together this event this afternoon, but the hard work that they've been doing over the years. The GCA online magazine that I devour as soon as it comes into my inbox and I share it. The many events that they put on periodically to keep Guyana's culture alive. I know how hard that is, and I know the kind of dedication it requires, the selflessness. And they do it because they love what they do, they love Guyanese, their people, and they love their country. So will you join me in giving the executive, the president of the GCA, a big hand, please. I'd also like to thank all those of you who come out regularly in support of these events. Without you, it would not be possible. And of course, the honorees this afternoon, congratulations. They say that the sweetest recognition is the recognition you get from your own people and your own country. And so I'm, as the honoree who spoke before me just said, whose father, his name I remember, that's Bill Rogers. This is the type of recognition that he has been fighting for a long, long time. And finally it came through this afternoon. I hope that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to fight and strive to be recognized. I hope that we can have systems in place, the GCA observing those around us, making their contribution on a daily basis, and recognizing it at the appropriate time. I just want to leave with you one thought, and that is the observation of a very famous French philosopher, Jean-Paul Sartre, who said that a person is always the prisoner of the place of his childhood. So I'm from New Amsterdam, and I always consider my hometown, my roots to be New Amsterdam. And all of us have made journeys in our lives, in many cases away from Guyana, but our hearts remain with Guyana. The culture of Guyana is in us. And we sing with recognition of the feelings, our native song. And though I roam o'er hill and dale, o'er brave old Neptune's foam, o'er crags and rocks and mossy dells, I still will turn me home. And I think that sums up how we all feel about Guyana. There is something in Guyana, the place we were born, that gave us our being, that can never be erased. And I am aware that we are now about to embark on a period of Guyana's history where we see, as I said in my message in the journal, the contours of a prosperous Guyana emerging. And I think the work of the GCA, the work that each of you is doing, is all the more important, so that our culture that we've grown up with, that we've tried to preserve in our own ways, is not swept away in this coming tide of a new dispensation. Again, congratulations to the honorees, congratulations to the executive of the GCA, and congratulations to you who've come out to support this event this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. You can take the man out to the dirty, but you can't take the dirty out to the man. Right? So, we next invite to the podium Mr. Russell Carter, who is the Manager of Community Engagement at Health First, to give us a very brief remark on a very brief remark.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, good. I see a very beautiful, colorful, very, very rich with culture and pride crowd here tonight. I want to thank you from my Vice President, George Hulse, and my partner, co-worker, Roger Singh, who sent thanks, Claire Patterson, of course, Borough President Eric Adams, and everyone on the Guyana Cultural Association of New York. Health First sends a very warm thank you for being at this event. Thank you for being who you are, because Guyana is about not only the people, it's also about the pride, the culture, the food, but the country. And the country was given by God. And we know that God is the one who has put us all here. So we thank God for all these things and all these reasons why we're here tonight. And we thank the Guyanese people for giving us all those things and the blessings that he has given you to bestow on us here in America. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carter. Health First is a sponsor. We now bring to the podium Mr. Gavin Mendoza, Creole rock musician from Guyana.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I come from Guyana to bring some Guyanese folk music for you here at the Folk Festival. It's such an honor to be here performing in New York for the very first time. And in the spirit, thank you. And in the spirit of Myope, I will encourage you all, invite you all now to let me work together and sing this folk song. I'm going to carry you back to your small days. Small days is still on my mind. Let me get some clapping. Small days is a good time. When we want some little children, I'm just singing and the children's really admire them. Ring, chick, chick, chick. My pain and dog. Let's see for mama. And she then pop chicken. So me dash it for one. And she said me can't get down. Oh, you see that girl there? One in Dorothy. Oh, she pop like a butter. And she bang like a show. Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good time. Many months of little children. I'm really singing and it's really admiring. Children, children. Yes, mama. I look like a mama. Children, children. Yes, mama. Where have you been? Grandmama. And what did she give you? Bread and cheese. Is cheese and bread or bread and cheese? Bread and cheese. Where you get the bread from? This one, bakery. So where is mine? On the shelf. How may I get down? Lying on the chair. And if they fall, I don't care. But picnic. We not there. Wicked picnic. We not there. Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good time. Many months of little children. I'm listening and really admire them. I'm listening and them dancing, let us really admire them. Thank you. Catch me next Sunday at the Family College.
Okay, Family Friendly Sunday. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mendoza. Now we invite to the podium Bishop Saluna, I got to say. Dr. Juliet Emmanuel. She will introduce the award for the Godfrey Chin Heritage Journalism Award.
Inspired by Godfrey Chin's indefatigable efforts to preserve, promote, and propagate Guyana's rich cultural heritage and creativity, you've already heard references to his intellect and wit, and the prize was established to encourage and to reward writers whose published works promote an understanding and appreciation of the diverse strands of Guyanese heritage and celebrate the common histories that unite the people of Guyana. This year, we had 11 quite robust entries. The theme, Mayupe, working together, solidarity within the festival arts, was quite well supported by all of these entries, and 3 people emerged after some very good discussion as the winners. At this time, though, I suppose I have to ask the family of Godfrey to step forward, and they will have some words for you. Gary?
Right here.
Oh.
So good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here to celebrate the tremendous work being done by the Guyana Cultural Association of New York to keep active the rich cultural diversity and history of the Guyanese people through different mediums such as journalism, photography, art, sculpture, and storytelling. It gives me great pleasure to speak briefly about my father and the annual Godfrey Chin Prizes for Heritage Journalism given to deserving candidates, such as those receiving their awards tonight. I have viewed the different mediums that our candidates tonight have done in capturing and recording our rich cultural heritage. All of you are truly deserving of these awards because you have managed to capture the essence, the very soul of the man, and what he loved most of all. My father loved to tell, write, photograph, and used all the available creative mediums to capture the essence of Guyana, its natural beauty, its history, language, customs, and roots. From my earliest childhood, I remembered him making floats and costumes for Master Manny. He had a phenomenal memory. He could recall dates, times, places in Guyanese history, the cultural ramifications, and the language spoken by the common man. In his last years of his life, he was building a pictorial history of Guyana, using old and little-known photos blown up on big canvases to be used as a traveling museum exhibit. In closing, and with nostalgia of his memory, I congratulate the winners of the prizes in his name. All of you exemplify the creative talent and embodiment of his vision. Your creative visions is a result of hard work, sometimes done alone. In my father's words, you think it easy? Thank you all for being here.
And now for the prizes themselves. The third prize of $200 went to Dr. Owen Eichel, and receiving on his behalf is Mr. Bradford Cush, who nominated him. And the second prize has been awarded to Shireen Noble. She was nominated by Oswald Bob. The first prize has been awarded to Gayatri Pagraj Chandra for her wonderful Kiskadi days. She was nominated by Gayatri Cambridge. And Gayatri will bring words on behalf of all those who have won. You have to make the thank you remarks.
what can I tell you? I came all the way from Holland to collect this prize because, as the previous speaker said, this is a prize worth winning, a prize given by your own people. And I can also tell you, I always cry at awards, so I hope I don't cry this time. When I received the news a few weeks ago that I had won this prize, I was absolutely dumbstruck because I didn't even know that I had been nominated for it. I thought it was a bit suspicious that Vibrant Cambridge asked me for some details like my home address and my telephone number and things like that. I didn't think anything else of it. I read the email at about 11 o'clock in the night, and I squeaked to my husband, "Please come quickly." And he came and he was, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And I was totally dumbstruck, and he was totally shocked because this does not often happen. So I think he enjoyed the moment. I've recovered myself in the meanwhile to be able to say something. And first of all, I would like to thank the Guyana Cultural Association for bestowing this award on me. I would especially like to thank Dr. Vibrant Cambridge because I don't know how he found Kiskadee Days, but he found us. And ever since then, he's been a sort of background presence, a sort of godfather and guardian angel rolled into one. So I wish he had been here tonight so I could have told him this personally, but thank you, Vibrant. Thank you, all lovely people there. I would also like to thank my parents because my own memory, I left Guyana at the age of 17 in 1976. And my own memories can be a bit vague at times. And my parents are two wonderful consultants, and they fill the gaps in my memory whenever I need them to. I'd also like to thank my husband because he has always supported all of my enterprises, however strange and offbeat, whatever it is. He's always been there, supported them, and been just in the background. I suppose I should thank my children as well, or they might get a bit offended. But really, they have also helped me a lot with things. I would like to give the biggest thank you of all to the Kiskadee Days readers. These people live all over the world. They're not necessarily Guyanese, most of them are. And the strange thing is that we have found a community in Kiskadee village. And we communicate with each other, we have lots of laughs, and we have very lovely bottom house gaffs. And that's what I really enjoy about Kiskadees. So, to my readers, a huge thank you. And it's going to seem like I'm plagiarizing a lot of people today, but I had also just wanted to say this in particular, that a lot of the people in this room today, like myself, were born in the land of the mighty Roraima. Some of us have left Guyana for whatever reason, all various kinds of reasons, all legitimate reasons. That does not mean, however, that we do not carry Guyana in our hearts. We will always carry Guyana in our hearts, even though we do not live there. And it makes me very happy to be here among Guyanese, a lot of them fellow diaspora people, and together we can achieve a lot, even though we're outside of Guyana. So I'd like to say to you all, onward, upward, may we ever go, and we will show the world what the sons and daughters of Guyana can do. Thank you. Also on behalf of the other companies. You know, we Guyanese people, we don't like to walk with we too long, huh? So I have brought, I wouldn't say something, I've brought somebody to New York. This somebody, see, she has a bamboo there, she's lying down. Who could she be? It's Satira, it's we own Satira, lying down, put a bamboo down. I have brought her to represent Kiskadee Village in New York. We had a great confabulation in Kiskadee Village. We had some external advisors, and we decided that Satara would be the most suitable candidate to represent Kiskadee Village and Kiskadee Days and Guyana's culture. And she said, that's okay. I want to take a little walk in New York, so I'll go in. I know the people here will look after her very well, so Satara will now be part of the collection of the Guyana Cultural Center Art Collection.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for that beautiful piece of artwork. Satira come to town, New York. I'd like to call to the podium now our gracious Consul General, Madam Barbara Atherley. Yes. You are a diplomat, you can speak.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. But I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Guyana Cultural Association for their 17th year of hosting the Guyana Folk Festival season. As we learned this evening, the award ceremony kicks off that season. And we're all happy to be a part of it. But most of all, it is important because of the honorees this evening. And we want to I want to, on behalf of the consulate, to congratulate you on being awarded today, because you have kept Guyana's flag flying high for those of you who are here in the diaspora. For those of you who are still in Guyana, maintaining our cultural heritage is of utmost importance to us as a people. And the fact that you have been recognized and awarded is testimony to what you have been doing to maintain our cultural heritage. This has been my third award ceremony. I only realized that today. And I would like to say that I'm really happy to be a part of it, because for someone who I was away from Guyana's soil for some time, not necessarily doing the work that I'm doing now, but I understand the importance of maintaining our culture. There are many places where I landed and where I ended up working where I was the only Guyanese. And I always longed for, to be among my people. No, I didn't expect to be among my people in this way. And I must tell you, right, it is really heartening to see people who are not in the homeland recognizing, celebrating, and enjoying, and keeping our culture alive. So, if we now become a New York, we now know that Guyanese could celebrate. So, thank you.
Told you she could speak. Okay, I'd like to call to the stage busy lady, Claire Patterson-Mona, co-chair of the awards committee. She's going to present the Cultural Enabler Award. Come on, Claire.
Thank you, Rosalind. Good evening, everyone. I am enormously pleased to present the 2018 Cultural Enabler Award to our business partner, Con Edison. Con Edison operates one of the largest energy delivery systems, and not only do they bring more than 10 million New Yorkers with power, light, gas, and steam, but through their community partnerships, grant awards have been presented to GCA over the last 3 years, and in fact have illuminated the lives of youth in GCA programs and the Summer Youth Workshop Series, enabling them to develop their craft while helping to shape tomorrow's cultural landscape. Now, that's a valid partner. And so, representing Con Edison, on this auspicious occasion, she told me to say so, is the Juliette Lewis. Juliette is the manager of the Brooklyn Public Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Juliette Lewis. This award will be presented by our Counsel General and our chairman of the awards committee.
In the center of the hall.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do get to make an official thank you, right? Good evening, and thank you. I have a little story. My parents are Jamaican, and I was born in England. But when I came to the United States, we moved to Queens, and this Guyanese family adopted me. It's amazing. The Pattersons. So you hear her, Claire talking about the Juliette, because I am the best friend of her sister, the Joy. So we're known as the Juliette and the Joy. All of that to say that I'm very familiar with the Guyanese culture and family. It's just so warm and heartfelt that I do feel a part of the Guyanese culture. But aside from all of that, in my work at Con Edison, we are able to come across organizations that are doing exactly what we like to support. Con Edison's focus has been on education, the environment, arts and culture, as well as civics. And the Guyanese Cultural Association seems to incorporate all of that somehow. But they have been such a professional group, an organized group, reaching the students and the youngsters that need the education, that need to be educated about their culture and about being here in the United States. I can only say that thanks to Claire Goring, which is back there I see, has helped to organize this nonprofit organization to the point that it has done exactly what Con Edison likes. And I applaud you for doing that, and I believe, and I know we will continue to support your efforts. And so with that, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for this, but Con Edison thanks you for what you do. Thanks.
Defend our own
And that's the result of a lot of Korean routine momentum that strengthened. Yes, yes. The Guyana Cultural Association Awards Committee, please come forward to present all of the GCA awards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Pandit Ramlalji is a priest, a scholar, a teacher, and a humanitarian, a most remarkable son of Guyana. He continues through his 90 years on this earth, yes, 90 years, with his interfaith work and his special concern for children and the underprivileged. Pandit Ramlal is being honored for pioneering the introduction of the Pago and Diwali festivals in Queens, New York. I present to you Pandit Ji.
Presented by the Guyana Cultural Association of New York. The presented Damacharya Pandit Ramlalji for your outstanding contribution to Guyana's cultural heritage. Guyana Cultural Association, signed by Dr. Violet Cambridge, President of the Guyana Cultural Association, and by Claire A. Goring, Cultural Director of the Guyana Cultural Association. Congratulations.
Carlo Lakshman Singh has functioned as a lead event coordinator for the Twin Cities Car Festival for over 25 years. His indefatigable cultural enabler spirit is evident in the successful presentation of cross-genre performances in a jazz ensemble and a steel band and appearances of festival arts, has earned him the 2018 GCA Cultural Enabler Award. I present to you Carlos Lakshman Singh. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you, Guyana Cultural Association New York. This is a real honor to receive this award from Barbara. Incidentally, Barbara is cousin to one of my cousins that live in Maryland. So that means we're family. I knew that because, I've seen her here the last 3 years, promoting, celebrating the good work that's being done here at Guyana Cultural Association. 4 years ago, my dad received an award from this illustrious organization. Last Sunday, he turned 97 years, and he sends his greetings and best wishes to this organization. Guyana, land of many waters. Minnesota, which I've been living for the last 47 years. It's a native word for land of many waters also. So, you can see the connection. Whenever I reach a lot of Guyanese people in Georgetown, Guyana, they ask me where I live. I tell them Minnesota. And they say, what part of New York is that? It's not New York. We're flying over that. But Ronald thanks to you for having the confidence in the body of work that I've done as a young man. Most of you have read some of the things that I've done, and I continue to do today in business, in community, in the arts. Those three areas I believe in, and I think it's really important that we pass some of that information on to our youth. And I think what the GCA is doing embodies that for the last 17 years. And rest assured, from Minnesota, son of Guyana will continue to support what you guys are doing right here. Thank you so much.
Our next awardee is Lady Ira. Over the past 20 years, Lady Ira has dedicated her energies towards the development of organizations and events that benefit the Guyanese American communities within the New Jersey diaspora. Lady Ira is being honored for preserving Guyanese cultural attributes, promoting Caribbean diaspora cohesion. Thank you, Lady Ira, and congratulations.
Good evening. 1, 2. Well, good evening, everyone. I want to say thank you. This is very emotional to me. I want to thank God for bringing me here today and recognizing me. I want to thank this organization. I want to thank the person who recognized me and made this happen for me. Because when you're own on you, I think that's when you're being honored. I got a lot of honors, but today I'm very emotional. My own people saw that I deserve it, and this means a lot to me. On behalf of myself, I want to thank each and every one of my Guyanese people. Thank you so much for helping me. I have 2 of my organization members here. You come up with me because I can't do anything by myself. I've been doing raising the Guyana flag in New Jersey for the past 11 years, and I honored many people, but today, like, it's hard for me. When my own decide to honor me, it's overwhelming for me. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, this is for my mother and my father. My mom died at the age of 10, and I think she taught me everything before she died, because that's all I know. From the age of 7, I've been going to St. Stephen's, doing maypole, serving. At the age of 10, my mom died, and she already taught me how to be a woman, and to be a Guyanese, and to be all I am. I haven't learned from anybody else, I don't know. But she taught me everything, and I'm proud. Teach the kids, even when they're 7, what to do, because I've learned from the age of 7, between 7 and 10, made me become who I am. I'm always serving and giving. I want to thank the person that I work for right now, Brittany Timberlake. She's the youngest assembly person, and I'm her assistant, and I do it because I'm a Guyanese. I do it for us. Whatever I do, I always think, and just to be proud, because I would like Guyana and my people to be proud of me, because whatever I do it with all of you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is my organization. I want to say thank you for being with me.
You know, members of the Guyanese diaspora should be very, very proud of Lady Ira Lewis and the contribution that she makes on behalf of the Guyanese diaspora in New Jersey. She's one of the most active, one of the most effective leaders representing not just Guyana, but the Caribbean diaspora. When it comes to education promotion, she's a teacher by trade. She's an advocate for the special needs students. She organized and has been organizing for over 14 years the Caribbean Family Fun Day, which is one of the biggest events that we have in New Jersey, and you should be very proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is just a certificate from the assembly for
I'd like to find out if Bernard Ramsey is in the audience. If he is, could you come forward, please? I'll ask Avid Bristol Vice President to accept the PR. And it led to an extensive and impressive career in the creative arts. He was inspired by the late Godfrey Chin costume band designs. So many of the floats you have seen in MASH in the 70s reflect his artistry. On behalf of Mr. Bernard, Ms. Ave Brewster will accept. Thank you, Ave.
Terence Blackman, PhD, Dean of the School of Science, Health and Technology, Medgar Evers College, is a number theorist, connecting cutting-edge mathematics to art and culture. He works in spectral geometry on Mark Pegg's famous question, can you hear the space of a drum? A change maker educator. His innovative implementation of musical performance serves to increase mathematics education.
Good evening. All protocols being observed, I want to start off by just quickly thanking the Guyana Cultural Association. As has been echoed throughout the evening, when you start to get a bit older and you're really concerned with the people for whom you're getting the awards. And as our MC has been noting, these folks have been here for 17 years, and so they're not, as my mother would say, fly-by-night people. And so I want to say thank you to the Guyana Cultural Association. As you might know, I'm a mathematician, and so somehow this seems that perhaps science is not deeply connected to art. But the argument I want to make here, and the argument that I think really ought to be properly understood, is that art and science go together. And so, more importantly, art, science, and culture are deeply connected. And so, you can't do research mathematics, you can't do science, if you don't really understand the culture from which you're emerging, if you don't have a cultural basis for doing it. And so as the speaker who introduced me noted, part of what I study is just simply, can you hear, he said the space, but really, can you hear the shape of a drum? So for example, if the door was closed and you heard a drum playing, could you tell me just based on the sound, what the shape of that drum was? And that shape is something that is called geometry, and the sound has something called a spectrum. And so I'm a spectral geometer who counts things. That changed me. And I really would one last word, and it's an ode to this. I'm not sure who said it, but it's been something that said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. You only move if you really understand and you're honed in on the culture which you're a part of. If you're alienated from the culture, you can't do art, you can't do science, you can't make music. And so, thank you to the GCA for recognizing that science also means art.
The Unit of Allied Arts is responsible for the integration of the expressive arts, dance, music, physical education, and visual arts in Guyana's school system. An enabler in formalizing and expanding expressive arts in Guyana's school system. Receiving the award for the Unit of Allied Arts is the head administrator, Ms. Lorraine Baker King.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We know that it's always good to give thanks. And special thanks I would like to give on behalf of the Ministry of Education in Guyana. I would like to sincerely thank the Guyana Cultural Association of New York for awarding us this special privilege. Now, the Unit of Allied Arts was in existence since in the 90s. And at that unit, we promote the expressive arts in schools, that is, dance, drama, music, visual arts, and physical education and sport. The ministry give special praise for the arts, and they instill it in our school system. So all the schools are exposed to the expressive arts. Now, at the unit, we have our Consul General here, and I know she was a teacher in Guyana, and she also worked closely with the Unit of Allied Arts. In the midst, in your gathering, we have Ms. Lavon George. Lavon, please come. She is a drama specialist at the Unit of Allied Arts. We also have Ms. Mildred Lowe. Mildred Lowe, she also worked with the music aspect of the Allied Arts Department. We worked as a team, and on behalf of all the persons who would have worked, there's Rewiles Ogle, Ronald Hollingsworth, Hector Gale, a whole bunch of persons who came together and ensured that we have the expressive arts done at the unit. So thank you once again, Guyana Cultural Association of New York, for this special privilege. Thank you.
Our next awardee is Compton Cooley Harsh. For over 3 decades, he has composed and recorded many hits, toured extensively with the Chronicle Atlantic's GCA celebrates Compton Cooley Harsh's extensive career in the performing arts as a singer and composer. Receiving the award for Compton is Claire Gorringe, our cultural director of GCA. Our next awardee is Guyana United Arts, GUA. It has distinguished itself for its definitive work in pursuit of the noble goal of uniting Guyanese through art. It is an organization of young Guyanese artists which was founded by Lyndon Gemma, Desmond Alley, Vincent Griffith, Aubrey Eslick, Peter Edwards, Ras Alta, Ras Iha, Oheni Kuma, and Gary Thomas. Its admirable and hard work over 2 decades have helped many contemporary artists increase their knowledge of Guyana's social and cultural history. Receiving the award on behalf of GAU is Clement Chum, editor of Walter Rodney's book, A Promise of Revolution.
Subraj Singh is a fiction writer, playwright, director, educator, and cultural journalist. His celebrated works include the short story Randall, for which he won the inaugural Walter Rodney Award for Creative Writing. Receiving the award is his colleague in the arts and 2017 GCA Folk Festival awardee, Clinton Duncan. Aubrey Mann is being recognized for his illustrious singing career in Guyana, Barbados, and Canada. We acknowledge two remarkable milestones. His signature recording, Stealing Love on the Side, has sold 2.5 million copies worldwide. This year, 2018, he is celebrating his 50th anniversary in entertainment. Aubrey Mann is in the studio working on a new release. Receiving the award for Aubrey is Michael Jones. Winslow Craig is one of the leading visual artists in Guyana and the contemporary Caribbean. Craig is a visual artist in sculpture, ceramics, painting, and graphic arts, and a tertiary education lecturer at UG. Receiving the award for Winslow Craig is Steve Douglas. James has a dedicated, committed, a consistent interest in matrimony, contributing at every level to improve the festivity. Winning designer of King and Queen of the Bands for several years, the Crusader for Guyana's festival maintained a commitment to matrimony with exotic depictions of the festival. We celebrate his decades-long contributions to Guyana's performing and festival arts, especially to matrimony. Receiving the award for Winfield is Aubrey Otto. Bibi Natasha Khan Aziz is the dramatic storyteller who portrays Jane Gall, a folk characterization of the folktale Old Man Pappy and Jane Gall. She is a storyteller, puppeteer, photographer, and presenter of folk heritage to school children. Receiving the award for Bibi Natasha Khan Aziz is Mr. Ronald Lammy.
And let's give them a round of applause. We'd like to acknowledge one of our sponsors we didn't acknowledge before, Metro Plus. Let's give them a hand. Okay, Pat Jordan Langford, we'd like to invite you to the podium to present the Youth Awards. And this is special for us, all of these wonderful young people. We will ask Mr. Lammy and Consul General CG to remain. Thank you, Pat.
These awards are very close to my heart because we have to recognize our youth. They are our tomorrow. First, I have Jubilant Cutting. Jubilant Cutting is the millennial who at age 20 has recorded outstanding achievements, which include excellence in tertiary education and innovative work in digital technology and the creative arts. She founded Guyana Animation Network and has been named as a winner of the coveted Nelson Mandela Gracia Machel Innovation Awards for 2017 in the category of Youth Activist for her work with the Guyana Animation Network. She is currently in Guyana conducting the Guyana Animation Network's 3rd annual summer camp, and receiving the award is her cousin, Diana Yearwood. Our next awardee, Anais Fredericks, is a student of the Tapakuma Lake Primary School. Tapakuma has high scholastic achievements in common entrance and extracurricular activities, including the Mashimani Festival. She will be attending Bishop High School, and receiving her award is Benita Edwards. I'm sorry, Benita is not here. Can I ask Rob to receive that award on her behalf?
You know I'm obedient.
The next awardee is Marva Langevin, a school teacher. She is a change maker who founded the Guyana Golden Lives Organization, a community social service to help children build their resilience when they lack adequate care while in bereavement, isolation, sickness, and stressful conditions. The establishment of this institution earned Ms. Langevin recognition from the Queen's Young Leaders Award program in Britain. She will be attending the University of Cambridge Institute of Continuing Education in the United Kingdom. Receiving the award is her grandmother, Claudette Herwood. And this correction, our Vice President will be receiving that award on her behalf. The next awardee is Naila Rahman. Naila topped the country with the highest score ever earned by any student in the National Grade 6 Assessment Examination. She will be attending Queen's College, and receiving the award on her behalf of her family is Ronald Lanny. Natalia Squires is our next awardee. Impressive scholastic accomplishments at St. Pius Primary School, with as one of the highest scores nationally in this year's Common Entrance exam, and will be attending Queen's College. She led her school to first place in the Lions Club National Spelling Bee and gained the Best Speller Award. Receiving this award for Natalia is Penny Bascom. The next awardee is Steve Douglas. Brahma arts has become a household word in Guyana for face painting, body painting, special effects makeup, upcycling,
photography, and videography. And the head of Bravo Arts is GCA's 2018 Folk Festival awardee, Steve Douglas. GCA celebrates Steve's scholastic and business achievements and his pioneering body painting artistry. The model with Mr. Douglas.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. And thank you to the Guyana Cultural Association. I'm so sorry, I'm nervous. It's only got 1 minute, yeah. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you to my family is here, my dad is here. I'm so happy he's here. I want to say thank you to my good friend, Dee Work Spencer. She's a New Jersey based body artist who I met in Florida 3 years ago. She helped me to put together that piece over there. But Bravo Arts, I started, I'm a social worker by profession, trained, but I started this 8 years ago, not knowing where it would lead me. But I was in my own bubble doing this in Guyana, doing body art. Kind of blazing the trail in Guyana, because who wakes up and think, you know, I want to be a face painter and do this for a living. That's what I'm actually doing for a living in Guyana. I'm painting people, and I have about 2 persons employed, full-time employment, and 15 part-time staff. And we're also training other people who are also interested in face and body art. So a lot of people know Bravo Arts in Guyana, but I'm so happy for this award because now you get to know that there's a little red boy and a group of other young people in Guyana who are blazing trails and creating new industries in Guyana. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now I invite my Sunday school brother, Ronald Lammy, Chairman of the Awards Committee. You're going to deal with the Exemplary Award and Lifetime Achievement Award. Ronald? His notes.
I wrote it, but it's not on the break.
All right, so we're looking for his notes. And in the meantime, yes, ad-libbing, but I tell you, Miss Smith would not be happy at this point. Ronald, with the notes. Now, this award will be presented by Ambassador Tenko.
The first one is for Roger. And earlier he mentioned that his father, and ringing in my brain was another first associated with his father that I don't think 100 people know about. The weed song. Oh yes, you know it. But who made that popular across the world? Belafonte. And the significance of that recording by Harry Belafonte, it was the first LP that sold 1 million on earth. Harry Belafonte, a Guyanese contribution to it. The Guyanese. Roger Hines is recognized as a cultural ambassador of Guyana through his singing career for 25 years. His performing arts activities have displayed distinguishing features. Most noteworthy is the winnings of top-level awards across genre, Shanto, Calypso, Soca, and Chutney. Another significant distinction of his work is the use of drama skills to promote positive health behaviors and combat domestic violence. These community activities have demonstrated his exemplary status in Guyana.
Thank you very much for this wonderful award once again. I want to thank God for having me here to achieve so many things. And I want to thank the organizing committee once more. I want to thank Flight Jamaica also for having me here. And yes, the flight me here. So many people I want to thank. My friend there, Courtney Noel. Thank you so much, sir, for being around me, for doing so many things for me. And Mr. Oswald, yes, Oswald, who nominated me. And many of you guys here who support me in whatever form or the other. I want to sing this song. It's called The Wheat Song, The West Indian Wheat Woman. And this song was made since 1926 by my dad. I was a young man then. Let's go. And if you know all the bushes, over 500 bushes, just sing along. These West Indian herbs can heal so many sickness and so many illness. A lot of research. One day I met an old woman selling, and I wanted something to eat. I said I was going to put a bit in her way, but I take back when I meet. I thought she had bananas, oranges, or pears, but was nothing that I need. But when I asked the old woman what she was selling, she said she was selling wheat. She had she coat tie up over her waist and was stepping along with grace. She had on a pair of old gloves on her feet and was fiddling down the street. Just then she started eating different kind of weeds, and I really was more than glad that I can't remember all that she bought, but these were a few she heard her sing. Man piyama, woman piyama, tata farma can lemon grass. Big good body good granny back board, better tally like leaf and toro. Coolie bitters, corilla bush, that in the earth, and iron weed. Sweet root out on wild daisy, sweet sage and even toyo. She had cat me shiny mint soldier run, pasture land and cow foot bush, milk beef, little beef, bird finance bush, bishop cap and rock awesome. Sorry now bitters, white green tea tree finger and war bush. Zeb grass, man grass, kangaroo bush, snake bitters and also teaser. She had cassava, mama, okra, piyama, Jacob, ladder and bitcoa, finger bush, jump snake, bitty baby. Jumpy parcel and white berry, white bush, white tea, double weed, arasi, or bitters and white grey root. She even had down to a short bush, Barbados just called puss in boots. Namaste. Oh, when I heard how much bush she had, I left down till I couldn't even talk. She started to call from Camp Street Corner. She never stopped till she reached Orange Park. The woman had been so surprised that I didn't know what to do. That a girl come and give me a coffee in my eye, and I didn't even know it's who. Sweet broom, sweet sage and lemongrass, I hear them good for making tea. Oh well, I hear them grass and wild daisy, them good to cool the body. When the woman tongue was so listening that she was calling all the time. She even had a little canwa eye, and the other that left was blind. She had tacked a bit out from brown bark of the paper leaf, and young busy, young green fine back pasting a little dove bush and broadleaf thyme, by a mass seed and evergreen leaf, bitter pins, which are just like gold. That would look washing bitters and not a crop, snake bitters, but that is all. She had Kuzamahu, Pase Marie, Sukanyakur and Ditura. Runa bush, black sage, mahogany leaf, with a bush and calamine flower. Peach leaf and lucas bush, bread leaf, jockey, bobby and stinking toe. She had beautiful leaves, golden bush, gold jump and a white mango. She had bitter woman, potaki, bomba, coca, and 12 bagamu, sauce, perilla, white sumatu, sour some leaf and a half a little bean. Urabadi, sweet mint, Buddha bush, white berry, and Christmas bush. Correction, saltpeter, and even monkey and all the rest you may need. She had pop bush, yellow bush, black pepper bush, French toya, Florala, Caparula, Taman, body bush, Ocho, pumpkin blossom, and even devil dua. Lemon, ponga, pumpkin, galore, missing nut, and lily root. In fact, the only bush that she didn't got was George Bush in the everyday suit. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be here. Thank you so much for everything. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, young Bill Rogers. Our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, again, is a distinctive individual who unfortunately couldn't be here. Guyanese, started his career in Guyana, lives in Jamaica, just retired from a career in education. Eugene Williams is recognized for an outstanding career in theater, cultural, and performance studies. He began his career in his native Guyana at the Theater Guild. As a theater artist, he found his calling from involvement in seminal works that championed the charting of Caribbean identity based on the cultural heritages of the native lands of the Caribbean people. He has created definitional instruction and performance techniques. Mr. Williams was inspired by icons like Guyanese Wilson Harris. In his education leadership role, he developed groundbreaking courses in Caribbean cultural performances. These were designed to expose to the cultural significance of ethnic rituals and festivals such as masquerade, carnival, Diwali, Kalimai, Nine Nights, and Kwekwe, and others. Receiving his award is Alex.
So he wanted to thank those who nominated them, and he also wanted to thank the Guyana Cultural Association for all the work they did this year and the last 16, the other 16 years they've been doing it. Thank you very much.
Anyway, thank you. You see what she does to me? All the time. Once a year, only once a year. Thank you. Indeed. And those are the members of the awards committee who have done a lot of work. It's a lot of work behind the scenes in there. But out in front of you, and we beg you to read so that you can get a better, more depth of the contributions of the awardees and those who supported them. We ask you to look at the journal, the bios, almost all of them. We got their acknowledgement that we had it right and describing. In some cases, they were very specific of how they wanted to be described in their work. So we urge you to read it and share it, please. Share it so that people could know. Thank you for your support of us and the awardees. It was our privilege to have been in your company this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nora. At this time, Lady Ira would like to make a presentation to the Guyana Cultural Association.
Thank you so much. I would like to make a presentation on behalf of the Senate and General Assembly of New Jersey. Guyanese people don't know how much you're doing to the people in New Jersey that are not Guyanese. They all know of Guyana. They all know of all of you. So on behalf of the Assembly and the Senate, they would like to send special greetings to this organization. Could all the organization, the Guyana Cultural Association, please come forward to receive this award that's coming from the Senate and General Assembly of New Jersey. It's a joint legislative resolution. Could you come up to the front, please, the members, because everybody don't know members, and if they could line up with all that you do, we're doing for you too. I work for Brittany Timberlake. She is the youngest assembly person in the United States. And I'm privileged and very happy and thankful that I work for her. And she salutes Guyanese. So please stand up in front as I read it. It says, whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey are pleased to command and salute the Guyana Cultural Association of New York, a highly esteemed organization, upon the auspicious occasion of its 2018 annual awards to be held here in New York on August 29, 2018. The Guyana Association of New York annual awards will recognize individuals who are dedicated to promoting the culture and values of Guyanese community through their work in the fields of performing arts, education, and journalism. The renowned leaders and members of the Guyanese community who will receive awards during the Guyana Cultural Association Award are, and she has all 24 names written here. In addition, the individuals who will be recognized in the youth category, she has all the names. The strength and success of vitality of the community depends in great measure upon the distinctive and sterling qualities demonstrated by our various ethnic groups, exemplary by the Guyana community, who shares with us their rich and unique heritage. It is altogether proper and fitting for the members of this legislature to pause in their deliberation to salute the leaders and staff of the Guyana Cultural Association of New York for their noteworthy contributions to the community. Now, therefore, it is resolved by the Senate and General Assembly of New Jersey that this legislature hereby honors the Guyana Cultural Association of New York, commends its members for the fulfillment of the ideal of responsible citizenship and humanitarian endeavor, and extends sincere best wishes for continued success and vigor in the years ahead. Be it further resolved that is duly authentic copy of this resolution, signed by the Senate President of the Assembly, Speaker, and attested by the Senate Secretary and the Assembly Clerk, be transmitted to the Guyana Cultural Association, and it is signed. Thank you for your work. Thank you for paving the way for all of us. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't have said it better. This is the group of worker bees. Give them another round of applause. And while the picture is being taken, I'd like to thank fellow BHS alum Jonathan Locke for those amazing pieces of art. The wooden sculpture that you see there is that the awardees have received. Jonathan, stand up and take them out. Please, Jonathan. Thank you. Amazing work by the artists. Now, yes, awardees, time for you to come forward and take your group picture. Awardees, would you come forward and take your pictures? Please have your pictures taken as a group. All who received awards on behalf of others were not here. So we're running really behind. We were supposed to be out of here by 8 for the reception downstairs. Please, you're all invited to the reception downstairs, catered by Bakewell, the roti shop, and others.
Guyana Cultural Association, as we come to the end of the 2018 official award ceremony, celebrating the spirit of solidarity within Guyana's festival acts, we hope everyone had an enjoyable and enlightening evening. Before we depart to the next phase of the evening's proceedings, on behalf of Guyana Cultural Association, I would like to express sincere thanks to the following for the sponsorship of this award ceremony. The Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams, Health First Health Plan George Love, and Roger Singh, Metroplus Health Plan Lloyd Beresford, the family of Washington, Fly Jamaica Airways, Simmons Bakery, Pam's Bakery, Pamela McKenzie,